I'm Gary Harper, on your side. A recent survey reveals that 75% of people say that they needed some kind of financial advice when it comes to their credit cards, but they chose not to seek that advice. That could be a problem. That's what we're talking about on the On Your Side podcast. During the pandemic, many consumers cut down on spending, and as a result, they did a pretty good job at decreasing their credit card debt. But now, consumers are finding themselves with that same old credit card debt.
How does it spin out of control for people? What happens there? What goes wrong?
Very often it's a life event. Things are going well. They're managing their debt. They may even have plans to pay things off quickly and not carry balances for long and such. And then something happens, a job loss, an illness.
Jim Triggs is with Money Management International. It's a nonprofit organization aimed at helping consumers to address spending and stabilize their financial affairs. He says one mistake people make is continuing to spend while only making the minimal monthly payments.
That's the cycle that really hurts people, is when they're applying the minimum payments and then they're racking up that credit right back. And they're right back to being potentially maxed out or over limit and getting over limit fees on top of maybe late fees.
Jim says credit cards don't have to be evil. They can actually be a consumer's best friend if used properly, particularly for young consumers.
It's good for your credit because creditors see that you spend responsibly, you pay off your debt. So if you're young and you have a credit card and you've never used it, you should use it. Pay it off every month and you won't pay any interest. It helps build your credit file and show that you're a responsible American consumer who can live with credit responsibly.
And this is something you probably didn't know. If you have good credit, you're probably going to have cheaper auto insurance. For whatever reason, the insurance industry believes if you have a high score, you're less of a risk. If you have a poor score, you're more likely to have a car accident. For more information on that and to hear the entire podcast, just go to the QR code below, scan it, and it will take you directly to the podcast. And remember, we upload a new episode every Monday. I'm Gary Harper, on your side.
Thank you, Gary.